And let's just wrap up the third chapter of Over Sea Under Stone. I believe we have met the bad guys, the owners of the yacht. To take a phrase from Lord of the Rings, they look fair and feel foul. They have invited the family out on their yacht, and it looks like just the kids are going to be going. Splendid! Father moved with him out into the hall, and everyone straggled after them. On the way, Polly Withers passed and looked up over Simon's head at the old Cornish maps hanging among the oil paintings on the dark wall. "Do look, Norman, aren't they marvellous?" She turned to Mother. "This really is a wonderful house. Did your uncle rent it from a friend?" "A Captain Toms. We've never met him. He's abroad. Quite an old man, a retired sailor of some kind. I believe his family have owned the grey house for years." "A fascinating place." Mr. Withers was looking about him with a professional eye. "Has some beautiful old books, I see." He reached one hand idly down to the door of a long, low bookcase in the hall, but it would not open. "I keep everything locked," Father said. "You know what it is with a furnished house. One's always nervous of damaging things." "An admirable principle," Mr. Withers said formally, but his sister was smiling down at Simon. "I bet it's a wonderful place to explore, though, isn't it?" she said. "Have you children been looking for secret tunnels and things yet? I know I should have done, in an old house. Do let us know if you find one," Simon said politely, feeling Barney's anxious eye on his back. "Oh, I don't think there's anything like that here." Well, till tomorrow, then," Mr. Withers said from the front step, and they were gone. "Isn't that terrific?" Barney said eagerly when the door closed. "A whole day out on that yacht. Do you think they'll let us help sail her?" "Mind you keep out of their way until you're asked," said Father. "We don't want any casualties." "Well, you could be ship's doctor. I'm on holiday, remember." "Why didn't you tell us you'd met them?" demanded Simon. "I was going to," Father said meekly. "I expect I was too busy being irritable." He grinned. "You can let Rufus out now if you want to, Barney." "But he's not going on the boat tomorrow, so don't ask." Jane said suddenly, "I don't think I will either." "Well, for goodness sake," said Simon. Simon stared at her. "Why ever not?" "I should get seasick." "Of course you wouldn't. Not at a sail. There won't be any smelly old engine running. Oh, come on, Jane." "No," said Jane more firmly. "I'm not batty about boats like you are. I really don't want to go. They won't mind, will they, Father?" Simon said in disgust. "You must be nuts." "Leave her alone," said his father. "She knows her own mind. No, they'll understand, Jane. No one would want you to be worried about getting ill. See how you feel about going in the morning, though." "I do think it would be safer not," Jane said. But she said nothing about her real reason for not wanting to go. It would have sounded silly to explain that she felt a strange uneasiness about the tall white yacht, and about the smiling Mr. Withers and his pretty sister. The more she thought about it, the sillier it seemed, so in the end she convinced herself, as well as everybody else, that her reason for avoiding the trip was nothing but fear of seasickness. But again, nobody knew where Great-Uncle Mary had gone, and that's the end of Chapter 3.